Welcome to the Mount Lawley Bowling Club for the final of the 35th Mount Lawley Consistency Singles. The Mount Lawley Bowling Club was formed in 1909. It's situated about 4 kilometres north of Perth and originally was a tennis club and a bowling club, but in 1958 the tennis club shifted to its current location a little bit further away in Mount Lawley, and it became an exclusive bowling club. Mount Lawley Bowling Club's had a few ups and downs in its period of time. It was in the late 80s, it went from First Division down to Third Division and has been able to climb way back up again into First Division. So they've had a resurgence here at Mount Lawley. The finalists today are going to be Clive Adams and Maddie Mitchell, and both of them have had convincing wins in their semi-finals. Thomas Mitchell was the brother of Maddie Mitchell, who he played in the semi-final, and he won quite convincingly. And Clive Adams over Derek Griffin, his own teammate from Wanneroo. I think that Clive Adams personally is going to win this, and it's a welcome to Terry Sheridan, my co-commentator. Shero, who do you think might win?
Well, I'm in your corner here, Michael. I think that Clive Adams has been in superb form this morning. In fact, he's been in superb form right through the whole tournament. But at the same time, we won't underwrite Matt Mitchell's chances. His performance against his brother was a totally unexpected result, I think, from the majority of the bowling followers in West Australia. And to win against his brother was an outstanding performance. So overall, it'll be a very close game, and Clive Adams will win.
I think Clive will win quite convincingly. Conditions are not easy. It'll be interesting to see how they handle the win this afternoon, and I think we're in for a terrific game. Okay, well, welcome back to the Mount Lawley Bowling Club for the final of the Mount Lawley Consistency Singles, where we see Clive Adams taking on Maddie Mitchell. Two terrific semi-finals this morning, with Clive Adams defeating Derek Griffin and Maddie Mitchell beating his brother Thomas Mitchell. And we see straight away Clive Adams straight onto the jack with his first bowl. Welcome to you, Shero.
Thanks, Mike. Looks like it's going to be a windy old afternoon.
It certainly does. And a couple of good semi-finals, but convincing wins to both Clive Adams and Maddie Mitchell.
Yes, and actually that really sets up this game beautifully for this afternoon, Michael. The way that both boys were emphatic winners. And once again here, of course, we see Clive Adams playing a beautiful first bowl. He's down now because Matt Mitchell has recovered beautifully.
And good second bowl there by Clive Adams to get a close bowl in there as well. And of course this is played differently than singles, as we know. There is a score for each the first 4 bowls that get closest to the jack on a 4-3-2-1 basis. They're playing to 150, and it should be a terrific tussle because both boys were in fine form in the semi-final. We see a short bowl being put in there by Maddie Mitchell. Will be very disappointed with that, and Clive Adams is playing quite a good shot there to put. He has now 2 bowls close to the jack. He would be down shot at the moment, but he has the next 2, and that's what's important in this game. It's called a consistency singles, and the idea is to get as many close bowls as you can to that jack.
Yes, actually they're bowling exceptionally well when you consider the wind blowing across the ground the way that it's blowing across the ground, Michael. And of course Clive Adams is playing on the wide hand.
He is. And
going on his previous form with his bowls, I would assume that he will get very close. He's actually put a bit more on this. He must be after that bowl. He must be down. Maddie Mitchell must be holding the shot, I would say.
Yes, Maddie would be holding shot there, and he played a weighted shot. The bowl just wouldn't turn. The wind held it out there, and I'd say Maddie Mitchell would be holding first shot and probably by the look of that 4th shot as well. So at the moment you would say that the score is 6-4 in favour of Maddie Mitchell, and he's playing his last bowl now. Again, he's out on that wide hand, and he's heading into the jack. Looks like he's played another pretty good bowl there, and looks to me as if it could be a score now of possibly 7-3 or 5-all.
Yes, it's a good start by both bowlers in these particularly windy conditions.
Pace of the green, Shero, what do you think? About 13-14 seconds? We've had a lot of rain, of course.
Yeah, well, the players have certainly got a grip of the speed of the green there, Michael, going on the first end. And we see the marker putting the indicators up.
And it's a 5-all, so a very even start. But a shot went to Maddie Mitchell. Well, they're thrown what I would say is around about a 27-28 metre length. He's taken the mat up, and we'll see Matty Mitchell playing again out on that wider of the two hands, trying to get close with his first bowl, and pretty good effort there with his first one.
Yes, that's a very good bowl indeed, Michael. That'd be only 2 feet behind. And once again, of course, bowling into the breeze and having to make that new adjustment to a different weight, of course.
Absolutely, Shero. Matty Mitchell didn't have an easy run through to get into the final. He played Daniel Truella in the first game. Daniel, a past winner of this event and a State Masters winner of many singles events, defeated him 122 to 108. Then took on Blake Nairn, and the game was rained off, but he had a comfortable lead in that game. Took on Otto Dawson and had a comfortable win in that game, and then again defeated Dave Warner fairly comfortably. Peter Cole defeated him 127 to 113, and of course semi-final had a good win against his brother. We see Clive Adams at the moment holding the shot and coming down for another good bowl here, and that'll give Clive 2 shots, I would say, on this end, and Thomas has got some work to do. He's changing his hand. But some pretty good opponents there that Matty knocked off to find his way here into the final, Shiro.
Oh, indeed. Well, of course, and the biggest prize of all was getting his brother, so that is an outstanding achievement for young Matthew, indeed.
Absolutely.
Just looking at this head once again, Michael, that this is actually very good bowling considering just how windy this is. It's excellent bowling, and Clive Adams, of course, he'd be holding 9 shots here, so that Matt Mitchell's under pressure here. That's excellent bowling by Clive Adams.
Absolutely, can't agree more.
Yes, this is a big moment here for Matt Mitchell, a very big moment indeed, and we're wondering if is he going to reach, Michael?
Well, he certainly needs to get shot to get forward. I think he's going to just well and short. Is he?
Oh, a very good try.
Maybe not, he could be very close.
Yeah, he could be shot. He could be shot, Michael. That was an excellent attempt by Matt Mitchell. He was in a lot of trouble.
But
he was
Clive
9-1 down.
Has the next 3 if not shot, and he's played another fairly good bowl here with reasonable weight by the look of this. It's coming in for shot, in my opinion. That's a great bowl by Clive Adams, and he is in very, very good form.
That's an outstanding bowl by Clive Adams.
Now,
actually, when you look at his furthest bowl there, is 2 feet away. Brilliant bowling in these windy conditions.
Absolutely, and when we have a look at some of the opponents that Clive Adams defeated, he also didn't have it easy. He defeated Ryan Philpott convincingly in the first game. He then went on to defeat Aaron Cole, Darren Rowlands, Anthony Provis in a very tight tussle there, 123 to 117. That must have been a great game. Justin Opie, 120 to 100. Robbie Bowen, and defeated Derek Griffin quite comfortably.
Yes, Michael, when you do go back to the Anthony Provost game, apparently Clive led by 28 shots in the early stages of that game.
He did do.
Oh, Clive Adams has gone well across the head here with his first bowl.
Yeah, I think it just shows you how tricky the wind is, how fluky it is, Terry, and he's managed to pick up a 7-3 on that end to take a lead 12-8 going into the third end, and it's a nice start there by Adams. And we see again Matty Mitchell. The wind is so fluky here, I can understand how difficult it must be for the players.
Yes, indeed, and they have played varying lengths in the third end. So, but the first 2 ends have been outstanding bowling, particularly by Clive Adams. And he's back onto it now. He's latched onto this straight away, Michael. Got himself a knocker.
Absolutely, brilliant bowl there by Adams. Of course, if we have a look at the record of Clive Adams, it doesn't surprise me that he's playing so well. He loves playing here at Mount Lawley. He has won this event in 2010 and went on to win the state singles the same year here at this Mount Lawley Bowling Club. So it's a bit of a favourite of his.
Yes, well, then we see Matt Mitchell. It's finished around about 2 to 3 feet short, I would say, Michael. And so to date, he hasn't got anything really close. Actually, it's not a very good head after we've given the boys a very good build-up early.
But very fluky, the breeze. We see Mitchell playing the narrow hand here and again dropping short. I think he's very disappointed with that shot.
Oh, heavens, yes. That's far from what he was bowling this morning.
Absolutely. And Adams again is going to go out onto the wide hand. I feel the wide hand's probably the better hand to play, Terry, because you're coming with the wind all the time. I think it's going to be very difficult playing into the wind, and he's dropped this extremely short. That just shows you how difficult it is out there.
Yes, it's hard to believe that the boys bowl so well coming down here, and then suddenly they're a little bit all over the shop.
I don't think they're going downwind at the moment, and they probably feel that the breeze is going to help them a bit, but when the green's only running probably 13 seconds at best, I think you've still got to push that bowl up there. And Mitchell's played this pretty tight, in my opinion. I think he's a little bit too tight. Or is he?
He's got past that bowl. That front ball is going to get shot, Michael. I think he's nearly going to draw it, or he's gone past.
He just went past it, but he got second shot, and to me it looks as if it's going to be possibly either a 5-all or a 6-4 result to Mitchell. So it's we'll find out shortly. We see it's 5-all. So it's another 5-all. That'll take Adams on to 17. Mitchell will be on 13. So it's still a pretty tight game, but Adams has got control of the length, and this is by controlling the jack, he controls the length that he wants to play.
Oh, absolutely. That's the best place to have it, Michael. Have the jack in your hand. That's your best friend in the game of lawn bowls.
Now, when we talk about Clive Adams, we talk about a player some 3 years ago who was about to be dropped from the state side, and had a bit of fortunate, or not fortunate, played very good bowls to win a state singles, get himself into the West Australian side as a lead, and then consequently and subsequently from that played so well in the side series that he found himself in the Australian squad, and hasn't he gone on from there?
Absolutely. I think it's one of those fantastic stories that you do hear in lawn bowls from time to time. The ultimatum was win the state singles or you're out.
As we see Matty Mitchell put in a very, very good opening bowl, I think you'll find coming into the breeze they're playing with a lot more confidence, able to push the bowls up there.
Yes. Clive Adams got a beautiful delivery, beautiful silky smooth delivery. He rarely makes a mistake with his delivery. And Matt Mitchell, of course, is, well, you could almost call him Machine Gun Mitchell. He usually gets on the mat and very fast to get his bowls away. Has got a beautiful first bowl, and looks like he's going to back that up with another good bowl. He's just gone a little bit too far through. He'd be 2 feet through. Yes, that's still not too bad bowling in these conditions.
Very good bowling, actually.
Clive Adams has got to come into this head now. He's trying to cut that down. He's going to go through once again. He's gone through around about 2 feet, so I feel at the moment that the score is 2 shots in favour of Matt Mitchell. Matt Mitchell's got a good handle on this speed of this green at the moment. So Matt Mitchell's got another one in there, so he's put Clive Adams under the pump. This is the first time Clive has been right under the pump that I've seen for some time.
He's down 9-0 at the moment, and he has to put in a big bowl here. How do you feel this is going?
Well, he's travelling well.
Is he there?
He's travelling well. This is a good bowl by Adams. He's responded magnificently. What a good bowl by Clive Adams. He's got second shot, got a toucher. So I would suggest that that's going to be 7-3. Now, what will Matt Mitchell do? I would think that he will just try to draw once again, Michael, you would suggest?
I would say that he'd definitely be drawing again. Another one in there is going to give him probably an 8-2 or a 7-3 result. So why wouldn't he? And that will probably put him in front for the first time in this match. He's changed his hand, which doesn't surprise me. He's gone onto the narrow hand, but I think he's dropped it a little bit short, Terry.
Yes. Well, yes, you are right, Michael. Had Matthew been able to click onto his own bowl, he could have pushed it out to the side to make 3 shots for himself to pick up a 9-1. But you can hear the wind is extremely strong here, so you can see why the players would be having some of the difficulties they are having. Matty Mitchell doesn't muck around. He's got the jack down straight away, and one of the fastest bowlers that we do have when he gets onto the mat here in West Australia.
When we have a look at the record of Matty Mitchell, he really, of major events, the only thing he's won is the WB Master pairs, but he only started bowling at the age of 10. He's only a youngster himself. Matty Mitchell's only 23 years of age. He has been playing bowls for some 23 years, and he plays out of the Manning Bowling Club at the moment. Started playing down in Albany as a 10-year-old, as we know, and started playing pennants there at the age of 12. So he has been playing bowls a long time. He is an inclusion this year into the state squad, and with his brother Tom. they make a formidable duo, the two of them.
Oh, indeed. And isn't it amazing how many of the young boys that the boys that have taken up the game at a young age and what good players that they develop into, Michael.
Absolutely, and it's interesting to see that he's elected to go onto the narrow hand, going with the breeze, yes, he's going down with the breeze. Clive continuing to play the wider of the two hands.
Well, that last bowl of Matt Mitchell's, you could see that the wind had held that bowl out, stopped it from coming in. He appeared to be tracking nicely down there.
Gee, look at the wind take that bowl, Terry, across the head. You can see how it's gone. He's dropped it short, probably some 6 foot or 2 metres short, and it's gone well across. And Mitchell's persisting on the narrow hand. I think it's quite a smart move, especially while Clive Adams hasn't got a close bowl in there. He can just basically take a little bit of grass and fire them up the line on this so-called heavier green, and Clive's woken up that he might do better on the other side, and he's coming with him now onto the narrow hand.
Yes, Clive has just had a little bit of luck, but not quite the luck that he was looking for.
He's still a little bit short, I would say, Terry, of the two bowls. I would say at this point in time it would be a 7-3 in favour of Matty Mitchell.
Yes, he is sticking with that narrow hand. Actually, until this end, Michael, Matt Mitchell had been playing his line beautifully. It's on this particular end. Oh, look at this, he's decided to change. So this will be an interesting bowl by Matt Mitchell.
Gone out onto the wide side.
Yes.
And bowl probably not turning as much as he expected, and he's going to make contact with the bowl there of Clive Adams, and he's pushed him in for second shot. So Adams now is definitely holding second shot, and a possibility of getting shot and picking and changing the head completely. If he was to get shot here, it would be a big turnaround on this head. It would be a 7-3 result for Clive Adams, and he's heading pretty well into the shot bowl, and he's going to push it out or push it in. He's made contact with it, he's got the shot, and he may well have made a 7-3 result. It would be very close now. We're off for a break, and we'll be back shortly after. Welcome back here to the Mount Lawley Bowling Club as we see Clive Adams on the mat leading 27-23 against Matty Mitchell here in the final of the consistency singles for 2013. A little bit astray with his first bowl. He's gone through around about 1.5 metres, but the conditions, as we have been saying, are very difficult here with a very, very strong norwesterly wind blowing. And temperature at the moment would be around about 20 degrees. It's quite a cool day. The sun has been out in the morning, but we are expecting showers. And what a great shot there by Matty Mitchell. Terry, very good opening bowl.
Yes, coming down this way on the last end, Matt Mitchell was superb. And once again, to open up with a bowl like that is really putting Clive Adams under the pump. And Clive's responded extremely well. But from here to me, that bowl looks a lot closer than it is, but when we look at the monitor we can see that it's close to 3 feet through, Michael. Now this is another good bowl by Matt Mitchell. This is how he was bowling this morning against his brother Thomas.
I have a feeling that we're going to see a heavy shot here by Adams. He's going to have a run at this, and there it's on its way. I think he's missed it. He has missed it, and he's wasted a bowl, and you can't afford to waste bowls in this game. This is a consistency singles, and you must have your bowls on the green to score. I don't think it's going to worry Matty Mitchell. He's coming down again, played a very similar line to his last. Going to try and split the bowls behind so that he doesn't drop big numbers, and that's a very sensible bowl.
Well, Clive Adams is lining up again. He wouldn't want to miss this second time, and I don't think he's going to miss this time, Michael. Oh, he has just missed it. Oh, that was indeed a very, very close shave for Matt Mitchell to hold those counters.
Well, Mitchell has an opportunity to pick up 3 shots, which would give him a 9-1 result and would take him into the lead. for the first time in the game. So at the moment he's sitting there with a 4 and 3 is 7, 8 to 2. So a very, very good result for him, and I would say that he would play this with quite a bit of confidence.
Actually, because of the wind is the reason why I believe that Clive Adams is driving at that head, because he can't guarantee that the bowl's going to turn and stay on track for him.
Couldn't agree more.
And that's why he's elected to drive.
I would say that's going to be an 8-2 result in favour of Mitchell, and he's going to hit the front for the first time by a couple of shots. I'm pretty sure you'll find this will be an 8-2. We'll just wait for the market to post the score. And we see Matty Mitchell now taking control of the mat, as the wind blows up even stronger. Chero, it's really moving that jack around quite a lot. When he threw that jack down the line, it was blowing off the line quite a bit. It was an 8-2 result, so we now see 32 to 28 in favour of Matty Mitchell, and he is persisting with the narrow hand going down breeze, but he's dropped this at least a metre short, I would say. I think Adams will go the same way.
Yeah, it's quite difficult because they're bowling down breeze the end before they're bowling into the breeze, so it's very, very difficult to make the adjustment, and also the fact that it's a different length end.
If we have a look at the achievements of Clive Adams in bowls, he's won several state events. He's a Rosenthal medalist winner. He's won the state pairs. He's won the singles, the triples. He's won the fours. He's won all the state events. He's also been a champion singles winner. He's a Master Fours winner. He's won the singles here, as we say, in 2010-11. He was runner-up a couple of times. He's won a pennant, and he's now representing Australia. So he's got quite some CV behind him, hasn't he?
Indeed he has, and a nicer bloke you wouldn't find either than Clive Adams.
And something else about Clive Adams that we as bowlers know, but a lot of people probably don't know, is that he writes for the Sunday Times. So he's giving something back to the game as well, which is fantastic, and he does a great job doing that as well.
He's quite often in the Australian Indoor Sets Play Championships as well. He hasn't got to the business section of that as yet, but last year he played against Mark Casey and lost that game on the last bowl of that game against Mark Casey, who went on to win the Australian Indoor Sets Play Singles. So it shows you that he can mix it with the best people in Australia.
He's been doing it for 27 years. It's hard to believe that Clive started playing bowls as an 11-year-old. He's now 38. So he's been around the bowling scene for a long time.
He still loves it as much as what he did 20 years ago.
Yeah, and of course his parents, it's great to see that his parents are always following. Wherever Clive's playing, his parents are both there. And of course they're here again today watching Clive play to win another event. And at the moment I'd say that he's holding a couple of shots there, Terry. I think that there's 4 bowls short there, or 3 bowls quite short there of Matty Mitchell, and Clive's playing his last bowl. He's got every opportunity here, if he's there, and I think he is, to make this one count as well. Is he a little bit too much there? I'm not sure. No,
it's a counter.
I think that counts. So I think you'll find Adams may have turned the tables here, and he may pick up a 9 or at least an 8-2. They've taken 2 out already. Well, they've decided on how many is he looking at there? Looks like it could be a 6-4 result. So that would put them all square, wouldn't it, Terry? No, Adams did get an 8 there. It's 36 to 34. He's hit the front again.
Nice tight game. Nice tight game. Up
Yeah,
to 150 this is, Mike.
Yeah, it is, and it's great to see that it is a tight game. We don't want to see anything too one-sided. It's good for the spectators that the game's tight.
Well, I like the fact that they've just got those extra 2 ends to play as well, 2 or 3 ends, and that'll really decide
Terry,
who the best player is on the day.
This event's been going since 1979, and early in the piece there was a fella called John Caffell, and he actually had a mortgage on this event. He won it 4 years in a row, dropped a year, and then won it again the following year. So he was a great player, and his 2 boys are both playing bowls now in Western Australia, and Gary and Pat, with distinction. So I can remember the great Johnny Caffell in those days, and what a great player he was.
Yes, indeed. You're quite correct there, Michael. And when you take into the fact that he's had to play on 4 different greens play on all different conditions, play against all different types of players, and to think that he won it 4 times consecutively is an incredible feat, and I'm doubtful that it will ever be achieved in the future.
No, he was a great player, and only other player to, or one of the other players to win multiples, of course, was the great Jeff Ellis. He was also a great draw bowler. This event is really tailored for the blokes that can draw close bowls, and if you have a look at the winners of this event, most of them were very good draw shots.
Yes, just at the moment here, Michael, Clive Adams is holding the shot, and looks like he's coming in for a second shot here. If he might move this jack, I'm not sure. He has moved the jack. An excellent bowl by Clive Adams. 2 bowls right on the jack virtually.
The pressure's on now for young Matty. Matty Mitchell, he's gone out on the wide. I think he's gone a little bit too wide. He's expecting the wind to help him, but it will come back. His weight's very good. He's got perfect weight.
Oh, beautiful.
That's a very,
bowl.
very good bowl. But Adams is holding 2 shots and playing his last bowl. He's got to be a little bit careful that he doesn't trail the jack, because he can't afford to trail it out, but he's on a good line again. He's certainly there.
Oh, he's bowled another good bowl here. Oh, that's outstanding bowling by Clive Adams. And these are part of the reasons why we can see that Clive Adams is in the Australian A squad, in the development squad, Michael.
Absolutely. Now, what shot do you think young Matty Mitchell might play here?
Well, I think that he'll still play, trying to reach on his backhand and looking to sit a bowl or trail the jack. That's what I think he'll be doing. He certainly cut his grass down, but I think he's cut it down too far. And he's going to crash into his own bowl. He just didn't take quite enough grass, and Clive Adams will pick up 9 shots to 1, I would think.
I'm pleased that he didn't try and drive at that head with his own bowl sitting behind Clive Adams' bowl, because if he took that out, he could have dropped 10 shots. He's got a 9, and it's a 9-1 to Clive Adams, which will take him on to 45 to 35, and he's 10 in front now.
Yes, you were going through all the players and saying that how the game is tailor-made for the great draw shots of the game over here in West Australia. Well, there is one player here that plays a totally different game, Michael, and he won it twice, and that was Tony Krajanczyk, and he just didn't draw.
He blasted the players off.
He blasted the players off. Quite often we would find that there'd be only one bowl on the green after Tony Krajanczyk had finished, and what would we find? There would only be 4 shots available for that end. Tony Krajanczyk was certainly one out of the box, and he went against the general mould of players as far as his draw shot ability goes. He had plenty of draw shot ability. You don't win this twice if you can't draw, but he was the master blaster in those days.
Of course, Terry, this event is the opener to the season, really, each year, isn't it? The Mount Lawley Consistency Singles. The pennant season starts towards the end of October. We are in September, and to start the season, this is the very first of the major events.
Well, actually, I place the event in far more importance, Mike, for West Australian bowlers. This is what you would call really the fair weather bell of whether you're going to be in the state side or the state squad. Since 2002, every player bar one has been selected out of being the winner of this event and going into the state squad or the state side. And the player that missed out was Lance Strawn.
Yes, you're quite right, and of course it does carry Rosenthal medal points, and one of the members of this club is the medal has been named in his honour, and that was the late Lindsay Rosenthal. He played at this club at Mount Lawley, and the Rosenthal medal goes to the most consistent player over the season who gets the most points in various events, and Clive Adams has been a winner of that event, of course.
Now, what do we see here? Clive Adams was holding 3 good shots there, and Matt Mitchell has come down and pushed one of Clive Adams's bowls through. Just can't quite see here at the moment, but as soon as the monitor comes up,
I think you'll find that Adams may still be holding 1 shot. The bowl just short of the jack. He's a little bit wide here and short, but I feel that the bowl almost jack high would be shot.
Which it is, yes.
And I think Mitchell would have second shot. The pictures that we get to see a little bit more distorted than how it is, Shero, but I do feel that Adams is probably holding that shot almost jack high.
Yes. Yes, well, actually, he certainly has bowled better than Matt on this end, and so, well, it's all in Matt's court from here. He'll obviously just try to draw this flat tack.
He can't afford to let Adams get away from him, and he's with a 10-shot lead now. He can't afford to let that blow out. Once it blows out to 20 or thereabouts, very, very difficult to get back. He's going to be a little bit unlucky here. He's just hit the wrong side of the shot bowl. He's pushed him in for a definite shot now, and Adams will score again. But it looks to me as it could be a 5-all result here.
Yeah, certainly looking that way. He was a little bit unlucky there, and you can just imagine the frustration. You could see he was frustrated there. He thought that the ball would come in and the wind just holding it out a little bit and not coming in quite to how Matthew would have thought that it would have come in.
Shero, the pennant season starts, a month and a half away. Some few changes with a few personnel and a couple of new clubs coming back into Premier League. How do you feel the competition's going to fan out as far as pennant's concerned this year?
Well, there's only 4 sides in it this year, even though it's a 10-team competition, Michael. You'll find that the 4 sides that were in last year will be there again, with the exception of South Perth. I think that Victoria Park, who unfortunately lost points because they played a suspended player, have really beefed up this year, and they're certainly going to be right in the mix this year. Clive Adams' side will be under a lot of problems, I believe. The Wanneroo Bowling Club.
We see a good bowl going in by Adams. He did pick up a 6-4 again. He's blown this out to 12 shots. Doesn't surprise me. I do think that he's the more steady of the two, and he's playing very well. He's found his line, his length. He's shortened it up. This would only be probably about a 25 metre length. He shortened it up a bit here on Matty Mitchell.
Yes, and by shortening it up and landing smack on the jack, that's the best place he can be. And being in front of the jack, of course, it makes it all that much harder, I think, for Matt Mitchell.
And the second bowl going down doesn't look too bad either. He's a little bit past it, which is where he'd want to be. Nothing short. He's picked the jack up. He's trailed it again, and of course that now makes Matt Mitchell's first bowl probably a metre and a half short and completely out of the count. So Mitchell's got to find a metre and a half. I think he has done that. Or has he?
Oh, he's gone
I think
past.
he has.
Yes,
He's pretty close.
Excellent bowl.
That's a
by
great
Matt
shot
Mitchell.
by him. He's picked up shot. That's a brilliant bowl there by Mitchell. He's picked up the shot. Now Adams is going to go on the back end. Obviously needs to reach, try and trail that jack around the corner.
Michael, do you think that Clive is drawing better now than Matt over these last few ends?
I do.
He seems to have really started to latch onto this jack, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think his experience playing in going away with the Australian team, the training that they do, the mental approach to the game that they take is going to keep him in good stead. You know, Clive's a great one for mental toughness, and I think you'll find that he just knuckles down when he has to. They're taught that, the Australian players are taught that, and this is his last bowl. He's down, but he won't be far away with his last bowl. Needs to ride off the bowls. No, he didn't quite make it, but I'd say at the moment the shot bowl obviously is Mitchell. Would be holding 4, Adams would be holding the 3, and it would be a 6-4 at the moment in favour of Matty Mitchell, and he needs it. In fact, the best shot he could play now, Terry, would be to trail the jack again, another couple of maybe a few centimetres, and pick up the 8-2, which would be put him back in the game again. If he could get another one in there now, he'd be well and truly back in it. But that's a very poor bowl there by Mitchell, dropping that short. He had every opportunity to be there. No danger at all to trail that jack a little bit. It can only give him more numbers, and I think that's a weak bowl.
Yes, indeed. I mean, he already had 2 previous very good bowls.
Yes.
And the end was just sitting there waiting for the taking, really, for Matt Mitchell to pick up the big end of the score.
We're off for a break, and we'll be back shortly after the break. Welcome back here to Mount Lawley Bowling Club, where we are witnessing the final of the Mount Lawley Consistency Singles, where we see the win at the moment Clive Adams leading 55-45 against Maddie Mitchell, with Maddie Mitchell holding the shot. And we're witnessing a very, very tight game, which is good, and conditions are very, very difficult for the bowlers. A lot of wind around, green speed still running only around about the 13-second mark, and it's not easy for the bowlers, but we do see a very good opening bowl there by Maddie Mitchell. He's still 10 shots behind Shiro. Is he going to get back into this game? Not with short bowls like that.
Yes, it's very difficult for him to make up these 10 shots, but then again, you know, Mike, on some occasions you can pick up a 9-1 and bang, you're back in the game. So we won't write Matty off just yet. There's still some 100 points for each player to get, roughly. So
well, they're playing 150 up.
Yeah, bit too early to discount him just at this stage. And this is the end that they seem to be having problems, isn't it?
Going away from the clubhouse. They're playing almost the full length. The full length is 34 metres. They'd be at least 32 metres here. So this is a much longer end. And Maddie Mitchell has lengthened the game. Adams is holding shot according to the marker. So he's holding the 4, the important shot. And I'm sure if he gets the mat, he's going to shorten the length again. So Mitchell needs to get one in there. He's a little bit tighter this time, but he could ride off the bowls and get right in there close if he was to make contact. He did, and it took him straight to the jack. So now he's got 2 shots. He's holding 7.
Sometimes you don't have to bowl a good bowl to get the shot, Michael. And that was really a bad bowl by Clive, and certainly had the big element of luck for him.
It did. He's obviously heard the comments from you, Shero, and he's smiled. But gee, that's a very poor bowl there by Mitchell. Now Adams has got a chance to trail that jack for the maximum, and knowing Clive, he's going to go this. Why wouldn't he?
Oh, well, he's certainly out nice
he's out
and
too
wide.
wide. He's too wide.
Too wide.
He played the weight. He played for the trail. He knew that he could make 10. He's certainly holding at the moment 7. Could even be more than 7. We'll just find out from the marker. He certainly got shot in second shot, which is 7. Yeah, it's a 7. It's 7-3, and Adams is scooting away here now. 63-2.
64-48.
64-48. He's taken a very handy lead. 62-48. He's taken a 14-shot lead, or a 14-point lead, and once it gets over 20, it's almost impossible to get back at this level, in my opinion.
Yes, I quite agree with you. That's but Matt Mitchell is not out of it yet. We won't count him out of this game at this stage. It's just too early.
Adams has changed the length again. He's gone. Last time he rolled it around about 24. He's rolled it about 27 this time. A little bit longer, 27 metres. Got a toucher with his first, but the jack went one way and he went the other. Mitchell's on a very good line here. The one thing I've noticed about Matty Mitchell in this game, Shiro, is he's dropped a lot of short bowls in there when he needed to be there.
Yeah, well, the last end was a good example of that, but he is bowling particularly well coming down this way, Michael.
Yeah, he needs to find it the other way as well to get back into it. Here we go with Clive Adams, and Clive's right on line here to draw another very close bowl. He's not going to be far away. He's very consistent, Clive, and that's what this game's all about.
Well, Matty Mitchell's changed his hand. I don't really know why, but we'll see the result of this bowl as to whether he's made the right decision or not.
Looks like he has.
He's made the right decision, Michael, has he? Oh, he's fallen short.
He's got shot. He's holding 2.
Is he?
He's holding 2 shots at the moment, and Adams needs to get in there.
Well, he's
fraction wide and heavy for mine.
Yes.
Here's a big opportunity now for Thomas. With Adams only 1 bowl left, an opportunity here. If Mitchell could get another one in there and pick up a 9 or even a 10, he'd be right back in this. He's a little bit heavier than he was last time. Doesn't want to shift the jack. That's a very, very good shot.
Perfect.
Now, is Adams going to be tempted to run at this? Yes, he is. Gee, he's taking a hell of a risk here, in my opinion.
Well, he's only just been missing when he has driven.
Well, he got one of them out, but Mitchell's still got an opportunity to draw another, and that would be a 9-1 result, and that gets him back. That would get him right back into the game.
Yes. Now he really has to nail this. Now on the last end, Matty Mitchell let himself down when he fell short with the perfect opportunity to make a 7.
Well, he doesn't want to drop it short.
Yes.
He's had shots, free shots at the head and dropped short, but I think he's played a good one here, Terry. I think he's going to like this. He's got a lot of room to draw another counter, and he's done it.
Oh, yes. Well, that's
a great result.
Yep.
That's a great result. A brilliant bowl there. The crowd appreciates it, and well done, Matty Mitchell. Gets him back into the game with a 9-1 result. Takes him on to 57, and Adams on 63. And that's what the spectators here want. That's what everyone wants to see, a close, tight game. They're playing to 150, as we know.
Yes, Matt Mitchell did play extremely well in the first game, Michael, and I felt that he couldn't be underestimated on that performance against Clive Adams. And really the difference in the game now, well, Matt Mitchell could hit the front after this end. But this is his bogey end. This is the end where he hasn't been playing well at all.
It is.
And once again, see that bowl's running straight?
Yeah.
See, the wind's holding it out, running straight, and that is frustrating for the bowler.
Absolutely, and interesting to see that he shortened it up. He's gone about the same length as Adams played the last end, around the 25, 26 metre, and with the mat right up to the ditch. And Adams also a little bit wide on that end, but they're going away from the clubhouse. They're probably a little bit more susceptible to the wind out there, and this is a much better line here. If he's got the right weight, he's good. Might be a fraction too heavy, but it is the shot. It's the closest bowl. It's around about jack high. That's a good bowl. There won't be too many closer than that on this end, I don't think. Will Clive Adams prove me wrong? He's got a good bowl going in. Looks good.
Well, there you are, Michael. Did you notice something about that bowl of Clive Adams? How much it actually curved back. When we look at the first 3 bowls that were bowled on that end, they all hung out. And Clive's bowl really curved back like he would have expected it to. And that just shows you that sometimes with this wind gusting, what it's doing to the bowl.
If the wind dies down a bit, of course it will turn.
Curves back.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. But I would say at the moment he could be 2 down. We're just waiting on the marker. Derek Griffin's our marker. He's told him that he's down. So will Adams have a run at that? No. He's going to draw. He's got 2 bowls there. I would say at a last resort he may have a go at those 2 bowls with his last. Jeez, he's played this well, hasn't he?
Look at that run away.
Yes.
Oh,
did you see what?
Dearie me.
The wind got hold of that and did it take the bowl against the bias. It pushed it out against the bias.
He looked for all money that he was going to pick up the jack and just trail the jack through about a foot. And then we find that here's another one that's hung out. See that wind?
Yeah,
the wind's gusting across there.
That was a poor bowl by Mitchell because he should have seen what happened to the bowl of Adams, that he had to play tight, and he took a very wide line. He would have been better, obviously, to take a much tighter line. Now, what's Adams done here? If he turns that bowl over, which he has, he's probably going to pick up 2 shots now. He could well have a 7-3 result. Let's have a look. It is. It's a 7-3 result to Adams, and that will take Adams on to 70, and Mitchell will be on 60. So again, there's that 10-shot buffer that Clive Adams has. He just keeps his nose in front. He again brings the mat up and throws another round about the 25, 26 metre length. So he's settled down to a fairly good rhythm. They're both finding their rhythm, but the wind is very tricky out here, and it's doing all sorts of funny things.
Adams is looking like he's going to be a little bit short and certainly a little bit narrow, so that's not a normal bowl for Clive Adams coming down this way.
Not at all. Chiro, there's a competition going on over on the Gold Coast at the moment where a couple of West Australian clubs are taking part. How do you feel our boys will go over there against the top sides of the eastern states?
Well, it is an extremely tough competition, Michael. Some of the best players in Australia and the world are playing in that particular competition. I think that our boys will be pushing it a bit to make a big impression. Bear in mind that Cambridge last year did well for themselves by finishing in 7th place. Now then, let's see. Now, strangely, the boys are all finishing short. For whatever reason that is, I don't know, but Matt Mitchell's made the ultimate correction and come around and landed beautifully on the jack. So that's a beautiful bowl by Matt Mitchell, but the first three bowls of the end are 3 feet, 4 feet short of the jack. And Clive Adams, of course, only has to make up 3 feet, and he's capable of doing that. Looks like he's going to do that. He gets around this bowl, which he has, and he has played an absolutely brilliant bowl, but around about, what, a foot short, Michael?
Oh, yeah, around about a foot short. He's holding shot, but Mitchell will continue to funnel down on that forehand. If he trails the jack, it's good. If he finishes behind and even if he gets third shot, he's done well. He's holding shot, and third shot would be okay as well. He's a little bit too wide with that one, and but he's finished behind, which is good. Adams is asking a question of the marker. He wants to know whether he's holding, I think he wanted to know if he's holding third shot or not, which he is. And he'll have another crack, I would say, to try and push his own bowl in or draw the jack. He's played a good weighted bowl. He's very close.
Yes,
that's a good shot because he's got two bowls. He's got the at least second, third and fourth shot. So it's a 6-4 result at the moment in his favour, even though he's not holding shot. This sort of game is a game where you could win this without even getting the shot if you were to get the second, third and fourth shot end after end. So
well,
it's not exactly the same as playing singles, is it?
Well, that's consistency.
Exactly.
That's what the
game's all about.
The game is about, yes, Michael.
But at this point in time, Mitchell's holding shot, but where does he go from here? Does he can try and draw again around the bowls, or does he go out onto the other side of the green and try and get one in there? Oh, he's playing some weight into something. I'm not quite sure what he's after here. We're about to find out if it's successful or not. Well, it has been. Whatever he did it brilliantly. And he's picked up a 7 and possibly an 8 to 2. In fact, I would say he's definitely got an 8 to 2. What a clever shot.
Yes, that was an unusual shot.
Well, we're off for another break. We'll be back with some very exciting bowls straight after the break. Welcome back here to the Mount Lawley Bowling Club, where we are witnessing the final of the 35th Mount Lawley Consistency Singles. It's tightened up considerably here in the game between Clive Adams and Matty Mitchell, the final. And we see the score now, Adams 72, Mitchell 68. And we've just seen a fantastic conversion shot there by Matty Mitchell to take out the second shot of Clive Adams and score an 8-2, and that gets him right back into the game. And it's good to see that he's prepared to play a couple of shots.
Well, yes, he actually did take a chance to some degree, but that chance did pay off beautifully for him. And as we were saying previously, Michael, you can't underwrite Matt Mitchell off just yet. We were thinking about it when he was 12 shots behind, but the way he played to get to this final sort of will give me the confidence to say that he's going to be right in this right to the end, even though I still favour Clive Adams.
He's certainly not going to be overawed. Matty Mitchell's got the right temperament to be a very, very good player, and I think that that's one part of his game that I do believe is very good, and that is that he's got the right temperament. I think that nothing's going to faze him, and as a matter of fact, we're watching Clive now put down two very, very ordinary bowls for him, and he needs to get back on track. Whether that last shot of Matty Mitchell has upset him a bit that he took his bowl out, I don't know, but Mitchell's now holding 3 shots. Nothing's really close. Did you see that bowl fell against the bias again?
Yes.
The wind's doing all sorts of tricks.
Yes, indeed, that did fall against the bias, and a couple of them have fallen against the bias, and probably the worst one was with Clive on the last end going down this way. And he's holding his hands out and shrugging as to wondering why his next bowl, his third bowl, hasn't come in. And Clive Adams is probably a little bit of bother here. He'd be 2 down, I would suggest, which makes it 7. And Matty Mitchell, of course, has just got to find a way into those bowls. But with the wind, yeah, that's right. But he might want to see, he's just come off the mat again, Michael, because the wind was just gusting on him there and making life very difficult for him. It's difficult to know sometimes when to bowl, but if he can find his way in there, there's plenty of room, and only if the wind will allow his bowl to go where he wants it to go.
Wide, Terry. He could have played well and truly under the head to draw another one, but he's gone out wide. I don't understand him.
Yes, well, it's difficult to know, but you can bet your bottom dollar, Michael, that he certainly didn't want to bowl a bowl like that. And Clive Adams is... well, he's going to land almost on the jack here, I would suggest.
Right,
I think he has.
Yeah, that was a big bowl by Adams. He needed that. I think he's only going to score 4. I think it's going to be 6-4.
You won this event yourself, Michael, some time ago.
It's a long time ago, 10 years ago, actually, 1993. Is it 20? Sorry,
20 years.
20 years ago. Yes, it was a long time ago I won this event. It's a 5 each.
5 each. Well, I'd have to tell you that I played in this event on the very opening day.
It's a great event.
35 years ago, and the greens were full. The waiting list was so big that you wouldn't have enough pages in your book to write down all the names that wanted to play. And I can still recall being here on that first day, and there were people everywhere. The 4 greens were full. The 4 greens were full every day of the first 4 days of that particular opening day of the Mount Lawley singles. What do you think about the Mount Lawley singles, Michael? Do you think that there's a possibility that they could look at expanding this competition? Because I think West Australia is the only state that actually has an event called the Consistency Singles.
Well, I think it's a good event. I think it's a great opening event to the season. The problem is that, as has been the case this year, is that the weather's not very favourable at this time of the year. I don't think they could shift the event to a different time because it is the opening event of the year, but they've been very, very unlucky, and this year's been, the weather's just been horrific, and how they played on Saturday here with the gales and the wind and the rain, I really don't know, but it's to the credit of the club, to Mount Lawley, that they were able to get through it, and also to the players that played. You've got to give a lot of credit to the players. I don't think there was a lot of complaints or whinges or anything, that they just got out there and did what they had to do. We see a couple of good bowls in there, Shero. We've seen a shot by Maddie and a good reply by Clive, and then Maddie's come in with another good bowl. What's Adams done here? A little touch of the jack won't hurt him, but I don't think he's quite there. No, he isn't. But he's going to probably going to force Mitchell now onto that narrow hand. No, he's going to persist with the backhand on the wider side.
Yes,
I think it's a good decision that the players have gone out onto the wide hand, Shero. I do.
Well, 2 ends back, Matt Mitchell was playing the forehand coming down exceptionally well. It wasn't like he wasn't able to handle it, Michael.
No, true. But I think the wind is a factor, and I think you'd rather have the wind helping you than hindering you. How's Clive Adams here? Do you feel he's a bit wide?
No, he's short.
Jack
well,
wide.
Short and wide. It's difficult.
So how's the lie at the moment? Looks to me as if we've got the shot is obviously Mitchell holding the 4, probably Adams holding the next 2, or would you say that Mitchell's holding the third shot?
Yes, well, I would say that Mitchell is holding the 3rd shot.
So that would give him a 6-4 at the moment with the bowl to play.
Well, Mitchell's certainly looking to alter something here, or he's going to spin right out of the head, I would suggest.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't a very good bowl by Matt Mitchell. So, Michael, you think that perhaps if the rest of the states adapted the consistency singles, could you imagine just how good the event would be if it was played Australia-wide?
Be a great event Australia-wide. I think you'd find that a lot of people would play this type of event because I believe it's a game for players that can draw. That was a 5-all result, by the way, and still a 4-shot lead by Adams. Mitchell hasn't quite been able to get his nose in front yet, but he's plugging away. But yeah, I think this would be a great event Australia-wide. Could you have an Australian consistency singles?
Well,
is this what you're aiming at?
Yes. Well, why not? Why not think think big. I mean, this is a terrific event, and how often do we see the ordinary rank and file bowler get up and beat the champion bowlers?
Happens often at this event because it is an event really for consistency. It's not just getting the one shot that might get you over the line. Well, they're about halfway now, Shero, 82-78.
Nothing much in this, Michael.
No, it's still anyone's game, and that's terrific.
Well, I reckon the key to this game, Michael, is the player that masters the end going down.
Going with the breeze.
Going with the breeze. The player that can nail going that way is the player who will win this event.
Couldn't agree more, because it's been very difficult going that way, and I believe that shot now to Mitchell, jack high.
So, like with Matt Mitchell bowling down there at the moment, and he is generally always wide of the jack.
Yep.
I don't know why he doesn't take a gamble and say to himself, well, I'm going to bowl narrow to the jack and see what happens.
Exactly.
Change the line and see what happens. And he's listened to me and he's going to finish out of bounds.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Look at it go against the
the
bias. Look at it.
Look at that, yeah.
Look at it go against the bias.
Now,
that's probably shot.
Mike, you would have to agree that 3/4 of the way down there he looked so narrow that he was gone for all money, and he's ended up 6 inches jack high.
A few ends ago I'd said that I believe that he should play a lot tighter than he's playing. Why would he play wide? He could get under the head and draw under.
Yes, he did.
And I think he's woken up that the line is very tight. He's played that line again. It's
yes.
a very, very tight line going down there. I hope he's not too wide. His weight's good. He's going to have another one in there. Oh, yeah, that's very close to counting that bowl too. He could have two. Now Adam's got a dilemma here. Is he going to run at it? Yes, he is. He's going to drive. He needs the jack for a result. One bowl out's not good enough.
Something's going to happen, and it has.
He smacked the jack in the ditch. What a brilliant bowl by Adam.
Adams.
But I believe he's only got the 4. 5 each. Yep, 5-5.
That was an outstanding goal.
Great shot.
That's the first one he's hit for the whole game.
Well, with the score at 87-83, we're going to go for another break. Welcome back here to the Mount Lawley Bowling Club, where we see Matty Mitchell playing club for the second or third shot, but I do believe it will be a 5-all result. Let's see, it's very, very close. Adams is still leading Mitchell here. This is the running of the 35th Mount Lawley Consistency Singles. Clive Adams is going for his second or third win in this event.
No, this is, if he can win, this will be his second win.
His second win.
But he's been runner-up twice as well.
So he's picked up 6-4. So it's a good result there for him. He gets another couple of shots away from Mitchell's. He's 6 shots in front. So he goes to 88 to 82. So there is a 6-shot difference now in the event, and he's thrown the same length. He's continually playing the same length coming down here, but they keep changing their hands. They're swapping and changing. They're trying to find some particular hand that might suit them a little bit, but Adams is good with this first bowl. He's right on line for the jack. He's just gone through a little bit too far.
You see there on that last end there, Michael, that Clive decided he wasn't going to muck around. He wasn't going to take chances with the wind or his bowl holding out. And at least when you do let them go, and Clive can let them go fairly quickly, they hold their line straight. And if you can drive straight, you can get a good reward for it. And that turned out to be the case for him.
I'm looking at the weather map here, Shero, and there's a front coming through. It's not far away from us. It's only probably 50 k's away coming from the south. So, and it's a heavy one. We're going to get a lot of rain here shortly, so these boys are going to have to move it, and let's hope we get through without the wind, without the rain. We've certainly got a lot of wind. It's gusting up to about 30 or 40 knots at the moment, so we can see how windy it is, and we see another pretty good bowl put down by Mitchell under the conditions. They may not look all that close, but you cannot believe how windy it is here and how hard it is for the bowlers. It's a very gusty breeze, but we can see looking down at the south here, Shero, that the weather's coming in and it's not far away.
Yes, indeed, Michael. It's really picking up now. It's going to make this game a very interesting game, and I've got no doubt that luck might play a part in this game.
Now that's short. It's not shot. It's second shot. It's just short of, a little bit too short. That would be just over a metre behind. Now Mitchell's continuing to play the wide hand. I like his choice, and I think he's played a very good bowl here, Terry.
Oh, excellent bowl. Outstanding bowl by Matt Mitchell. Actually, he's got two extremely good weighted bowls. Actually, his third bowl's not bad weight either, Michael.
I think it counts. I think he's got 3 at the moment, and Adams has only 1 to play, and he's trusting himself out on that narrow hand, and there's a lot of wind now. He needs that bowl to do something.
Is he going to crash?
Is he going to crash? He's around it.
Oh,
he did
what?
Crash. And he's gone
past.
He's gone past it. Has he gone too far? Very close, very close. He may have gone a little bit too far. Now Mitchell's got a great opportunity here to level the score. If he draws another shot here, he would definitely level the score, or if not, get in front. So he's got to concentrate hard. He'll go back out onto that wide hand without a doubt.
He's got it out in the right area of the green to come back nicely. I think he might be a bit quick, is he? No, he's not. He'll sit on this.
Quick. He's got a counter. That counts.
Yes,
oh, yeah,
good.
that definitely counts.
That's the closest of them all, I think.
It could be the lot. It could be the lot.
Wow.
Adams's bowls are sort of all over the shop a bit here. Let's see.
Oh,
he's got the lot. 10. I did think it was 10. And that for the first time in the game, we see a new leader.
Yes,
Matty Mitchell has hit the front.
That was actually outstanding bowls by young Matt, wasn't it?
Terrific bowls, and he's got to back it up going away from the clubhouse. The difficult end now. He doesn't want to lose the plot here. He's going to stick with this narrow hand. I think he's worked out that it's very narrow.
Well, the thing is that he would have learnt from the last end. Oh, look at that happen again. Oh, well, it definitely blew out.
It's not bad. It's not bad because it may force Adams out onto the wide hand, but I don't know whether that's bad or that's good for Adams. It's probably going to be good.
Oh, heavens above, it's really blowing a gale down there.
Is it what? And the weather is not looking too flash at the moment, Terry. It's coming in quick, and this wind will blow it in. Now,
I think I would not like to be bowling in these conditions, Michael.
No, very, very difficult.
Because this is about as close as I get in good conditions.
Well, Adams has gone onto the backhand as well. The wind's holding. It's holding. It's holding. Just going to sneak under. Yep.
Clive's certainly been a very loyal member of the Wanneroo Bowling Club too, Michael.
Oh, for many, many years. He's held that club together, hasn't he, Shero? He's kept them up there in Premier League. They actually won a pennant against my old club, or my club, Coburn, unexpectedly in 2006, was it?
Correct.
And they came from the one white division straight up into the one red or Premier League and won a pennant. It was a great performance that year by Wanneroo.
Yes. Now look, Matty Mitchell's got himself a very nice position here, and but Clive has fallen for the trap and gone too wide. And Clive is smarter than that. We know what a good player he is. And we could almost put our money on it that Clive will be a lot narrow with his next bowl.
Well, he can afford to get there a little bit narrow, sit the bowl, trail the jack. He's got a few things going for him. He's got the bowl behind. Just play the right line. This is a bit tighter.
I think he's holding again, Mike.
Well, if his weight's right, he'll get a ride in off that wider bowl, which he's done.
Oh,
hasn't quite got him to the jack, but he's got a good second shot in there now.
Had he had the line that he really wanted, he would have sat
yes.
Matt Mitchell's bowl and made himself two, I would think.
Looks like it.
Matt Mitchell's had a meteoric rise in the bowling world. Probably the key man out at Manning, or one of them anyway. He seems to be a very popular player amongst all the young blokes in particular here in Perth, Mike.
Yeah, he's gone out. I went to the Manning Club last year, I think, for the first time. Is that right? Was it last year or the year before that he went to Manning?
The year before.
Year before last, and he's taken a position as a skipper, and he's drawn another good bowl there. Wow. He's holding two shots. He's starting to put the pressure on. Now, will Adams play a little bit tight, looking to sit on bowls there? Is he too tight, Terry, or has he got the weight to hold for
Looks
the jack?
like he's going for the jack. Looks like he's got the jack.
Oh, brilliant bowl. Brilliant bowl. Gutsy shot. Brilliant bowl. Probably two shots. Probably gets the lead back with that shot.
This might be the thing that actually gets Clive over the line, because that's 2 times he's
played those weighted shots, yes.
Brilliant weighted shots.
Yes, he's got 7. So it's 7. He did get first and second shot. It's 7-3 in favour of Adams. So it'll be 95 apiece. Is that right?
95. Yes, it is, Michael.
Can't get any closer than that. They need to hurry up because the rain, she is a-coming.
And when it comes, it's going to be heavy.
There's going to be plenty of it. Right, Adams on the mat. Throwing the jack again. He's gone for the similar length again, around about the 24, 25 metre length. The mat up. We're about to take off here.
Oh, shit.
There's certainly a lot of wind around now. Okay. Yep, and Adams will be putting his first bowl down again. He'll be playing on the narrow hand. He continues to persist with this narrow hand as well. Mitchell has decided to go out onto the wide hand. No, he's changed his mind, and I think it's a wise decision. Why give that hand away to Matty Mitchell? So he's decided now to play his backhand, and I think he's got a very good line, very good weight, and this is going to be a really good bowl. Very, very good decision there by Adams, and he's played a bowl. He's only inches away from the jack. That's a brilliant shot. Now Mitchell following him down onto the backhand.
Mitchell's just coming around nicely here, Michael. He's going to
got a
sit
good
Clive
shot.
Adams
He's going
and
to
pick the jack up.
Oh, 2 great opening bowls by both players. Terrific. What a great effort.
95, 95, and bowls like this is really top stuff by both Clive and Matthew.
He's out again on the backhand.
He's going to unfortunately fall short.
Yeah, he's dropped this one a bit short, and pretty good line again. He had the right line, but he's dropped it a good 1.5 to 2 metres short. I think Mitchell probably... Is Mitchell just holding shot? Mitchell coming down with his second bowl. He's done the same thing. He's dropped it. They seem to be matching each other. He's dropped his second bowl quite short too, unfortunately.
Yes, here we are again here with
Adams.
Clive Adams. I think Clive would be holding the shot. I could be wrong.
I agree with you. I think Clive is holding the shot. He's a bit tighter.
And he certainly made sure he's going to arrive if he clicks onto his own bowl or
Around
gets past it.
What a brilliant shot.
Great bowling by Clive Adams.
Terrific bowl, and I think he's smart at getting out onto the wide hand, Terry. I think it helps.
Excellent bowl.
I think he's smart at playing that hand, but Mitchell, has he got the weight? Cannot afford to drop short. I think he has.
Mike, you want to see the wind is absolutely racing across the ground here.
Very, very difficult conditions to get bowls within 4 or 5 inches of the jack. Very, very difficult, and it's an absolute credit to the players that they can get the bowl so close under these conditions. Adams again, not a bad looking bowl again, and that's good enough because he's holding shot, second shot, and fourth shot. So therefore he's holding an 8-2, and that would be a blow to young Matty Mitchell, who caught him and hit the front.
He's really put a bad one down here.
He's very tight, isn't he?
Yeah, he just lost it totally. It must have slipped out of his hand or something. I mean, because that's not how he bowls.
So that's going to be an 8-2 result to Clive Adams, and takes him now to 103 to 97. So that's a handy lead. It's starting, once it gets over 100, it starts to get a little bit more dingham. Well, we'll go for a short break at this point in time and come back to our exciting final. Welcome back here to the Mount Lawley Bowling Club, where we see Matty Mitchell and Clive Adams fighting it out for the 35th Mount Lawley Consistency Singles. And at this point in time, it's Clive Adams with his nose in front, 103 to 97, just picking up a 8-2 result on the last end after Matty Mitchell had hit the front 92 to 88. They then squared off at 95 all, and now we see Clive Adams leading 103 to 97.
Matty Mitchell has made a good start to this end. This is the bogey end for both players. This is the end that Clive Adams has used his driving skills to good effect, Michael.
Absolutely.
And this is the end, I believe, that this is where the game will be won and lost. Who masters this end the best will be the winner of this contest. Clive Adams has sent his bowl out fairly wide, and I think it was just a little bit too wide. He's overestimated the line, but then again, taking into account this strong wind, we can see why he would have. Oh, Matty Mitchell, what have you done? Very unluckily has tapped up Clive Adams's bowl.
For second shot, but still, he's holding shot. He's holding the big one, and Adams needs to convert this in.
He's staying out wide.
He's out very wide. He's out very wide. He's overplayed it. And now Mitchell's looking to play the same sort of shot to trail that jack. If he could trail the jack, he would pick up the 7. How's he going, Terry?
He's looking fairly good to me.
Is he
there?
There? Is he up?
No, he's not. No. It's a little bit awkward to just catch that one there, Michael. He finished well short.
He tucks that jack around the corner a couple of half a metre. He will pick up 9 shots. Adams, in the meantime, is trying to take that shot away from him and sit him out, which he's done. He's played that shot to perfection, and he's picked up 2 shots. What a brilliant shot there by Adams. He's been very good on those little running shots, hasn't he, in this game? They're
making a difference to him, that's for sure.
They are, without a doubt. So now, the best that Mitchell can expect to do is get shot. He's only got the 1 bowl left, I think, hasn't he?
That's it, yes.
He's only got the 1 bowl left, and he needs to get shot. Is he going to have a run at this? It looks like it. He's lining up for something. Yes, he's having a go.
Oh!
He took the jack.
Yes, he was very lucky. Michael, he came off that front bowl, and which straightened him up. He was going to miss totally, and he straightened up. And I think it's gone out of bounds.
He has killed it, has he?
Yes, I think it's gone out of bounds. But he was very lucky because he was narrow and slid off the front bowl, which straightened him up, which in turn he ran onto the jack and it spilled out of bounds.
So they will replay the end, of course, with the score 103 Adams, 97 to Matty Mitchell. Yeah, he got a little bit of luck there, a little straightener off the front bowl of Adams, and was able to grab the jack. He'll probably consider himself a little bit unlucky that he didn't take the jack into the ditch for the shot.
Yes, well, they're still, he's only just behind. He's hanging in there nicely.
Adams continuing to play the wide hand now. He's woken up that that's the easier hand for him, and he looks pretty good with his first, just going through a fraction, half a metre or so, but a pretty good start. Mitchell, oh, he's got a puff of wind as he let that bowl go. He's not very happy with this one. Looks a bit tight for mine, Terry. He's gone, I think.
Yes, something's happened to his delivery there, Michael. I don't know what it is, but something's happened to it because he's too good a player. He wouldn't bowl a bowl that would land there. Something happened to him during delivery or something.
Adams, in the meantime, puts another one in, and pressure now on Thomas Mitchell. Needs to get a close bowl. on the backhand again. And, how's this one look? Not bad. He's played a reasonably good line. Has he got the weight to get there? I don't think so. Yes, he's just a little bit too wide though, Terry.
The thing that would be hurting Matty Mitchell is both of his bowls are perfectly weighted. Had he the right line, he would have been sitting on the jack with both of them.
Well, this is a very important bowl coming up for Mitchell because being down 6 shots and with Adams probably holding 3, he needs a big bowl.
Well, he's got this one out nicely, Michael. This is out there in the right territory, as we would say, but he's going to crash into Clive Adams's bowls.
Is he?
Yes, unfortunately. Had he got past Clive Adams's bowls, he would have ended up being shot. So that was his best bowl line-wise in this game.
Adams had a change of hand. Gone out onto the forehand here.
Yes, and Clive's fallen short as well. So there's only one shot for Matt Mitchell at the moment, and that is to try to draw the shot. If he can draw the shot, he could pick up 4 shots.
He's not going to have a drive at those 3 short bowls, is he, and try and take them all out?
Well, he might.
And hope for a bit of luck.
Yes, that's what he's doing. He's having a run at them.
Has to go straight at him.
And he's missed. Now that is a bad miss. That's one that you didn't want to miss, mate.
Well, he could be down 9-1 here.
That's
it could
right.
even be 10-0.
That's why I'm saying it's a bad miss. That's at such a critical time in the game, and Matt's let that one go. And I'm sure that if he had his time again, he would have really taken his time and concentrated on where he was going to hit that head if he wanted to get rid of some of them.
Well, they're measuring his closest bowl, which is jack high. Not quite sure how short Clive Adams' bowls are. Well, we're about to find out.
That's one of them.
That's one.
This could be 2 of them. No.
It's only the one by the look of it at this point in time, but they're measuring for 3rd shot now because obviously Mitchell has 3, but Adams probably going to pick up a 7-3 here, is he? Yeah, it looks like 7-3 to me. And that would put him on 110 to 100. He's 10 in front again if that's the case, and only 40 to get to win the game.
6 for Clive.
6-4?
6-4.
6-4 it is, so it's 107 to 101. 106 is 109 to 101. Can't be that.
Can't read that writing.
109 to 101. 8 the diff. So still Mitchell continues to press, and still with a chance to win this game. So long as he can hold it under 10, he's got a chance. He can't let Adams pull away now. It's getting too close to the end. Adams with his first bowl looks pretty good too. He's right on the button here. He's drawn a touch. A terrific first bowl by Clive Adams.
Well, that's interesting because with that particular bowl of Clive's, remember on the last end going down, he was having trouble. He was staying too wide, but this time he's certainly corrected beautifully to land smack on the jack. And that'll take some beating, that bowl by Clive Adams.
Well, going that way, you've mentioned it all along. Anyone that can master that line going that way is going to win the game. And Adams has decided to get out onto the wide hand, and this is coming back nicely as well. But I don't think he's got the weight. He hasn't, and he's dropped it quite short, actually, quite short.
Yes, a good line though. That's important for him to make sure that he's got his line. He knows where to bowl it for the next 2 ends.
Mitchell gone onto the backhand now. Has he got the weight? He's certainly got a good line. I don't think it'll turn quickly enough for him.
It's not a long way away.
No, it just won't turn for him quickly enough, but it's a good second shot.
Yes.
It sets up a chance to trail to make some numbers.
Clive Adams only has to improve by about 4 feet with his 3rd bowl. Has he done that, Michael? It looks like he has. He's bowled another good bowl.
Yeah,
that's
well
another
played.
counter. Beautiful bowling by Clive Adams, really hitting his straps here.
Well, the pressure goes on, doesn't it? It goes on Mitchell now. He must get a close bowl. He's got to get a close bowl. Well, he's got to get that bowl to start turning.
Well, it's starting to.
Not quickly enough.
Oh,
not quickly enough. Beautiful weight.
Yeah, it just sort of runs straight that little bit, just at the wrong time. As it slows down, the wind gets into it.
Adams will take a stranglehold on this event if he gets another one in here now, in my opinion. I don't think... Oh, now he's covered it. No, I reckon he'll have it. I think Mitchell will have a run at this. If he shifts the jack back, he's got the 2 back bowls. I don't think he's going to hesitate. I think he's going big for this.
So you think this is a be-all and end-all in for Matty Mitchell?
Yeah, and he's having a go, but the bowl's not turning very quickly. Here it comes now, though. It's got something. Oh, very unlucky. He hit it, you know. He hit it, but he didn't help him. He's got one of them out, but whether he's got the next 2 or not, I'm not sure. We can't see quite whether he's got the next 2 or not, but he certainly cut the numbers back. Certainly cut the numbers back. Here we go. They're going to measure for second shot. From our pictures, I favour Adams, actually, the front bowl. No. Second shot goes to Mitchell. So that's 4-3.
6.
So it's another 6-4 to our leader in Clive Adams, and that will take him to 115 to 105. So he's still holding on there, just, I would say, Mitchell. Mitchell needs a big end. He needs one big end. He needs to pick up a 9-1 or an 8-2 to get himself back into the game, I believe. Otherwise, I think that I couldn't see Adams losing it from here.
Well, at one stage there, Clive Adams was leading 51 to 39, Mike.
Yes.
Now, that was the only end that went into double figures, where Clive was leading by 12. But from there on, the game has stayed pretty well much the same all the way through, with Clive holding roughly a 10-shot lead. Then we found that Matt Mitchell had fought back to actually level the scores at 95, but now we find we're back at that 10-shot difference once again.
Yeah, that little bit of experience of Clive Adams coming to the fore. His first bowl's short and narrow, but I'm sure that he'll correct it. He looks a lot better with his second one, but it's not coming back very far. Gee, that wind is so tricky out there. If the wind doesn't blow, they don't turn. If it blows, it can pull them off line. Now, Mitchell played a very poor first bowl, and I think he's been sucked in by the fact that Adams' bowls didn't turn, and he's come in tight.
Clive Adams has got 2 good weighted bowls. If they had been online, he would have had 2 excellent bowls, really.
This one looks a better line than his last one. Again, he's got good weight, without a doubt. And this one's starting to turn and run away. And again, very good weight, jack high. But, you know, he's probably holding at least 2, possibly 3. Mitchell hasn't got a bowl within 2 metres of the jack at this point in time. He needs something close.
Well, he's not too badly down on this occasion. If he moves
jack
that
would be handy for him.
Yeah, he's going to move it too, Michael.
Is he?
Yes.
No, he's not. Gee, that bowl was going straight at the jack and then went around it. But could be shot. Could be shot, that last bowl. Very close. Now, Clive Adams with his last bowl to continually put... Oh, he's got a very good line here, and the weight looks pretty good too. Doesn't look too bad. No, he didn't quite get there. Well, the weather's a little bit better than it was about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. It doesn't look quite as threatening at the moment. It's coming, but it's not here yet. Or he's taken a risk playing the narrow hand, in my opinion, but will it turn? He doesn't want it to now. He wants to get around it. Well, he may be holding the second and the third shot, which would give him a 5-all result. He may be holding shot and third shot, which would give him a A 6-4 result, but that's not going to be enough. Adams continues to score. That's the thing about this game, that you continually score and, you know, getting closer and closer to the 150. Well, we'll go for a break. After the break, we'll find out what happened on that last end. Welcome back here to the Mount Lawley Consistency Singles, where we see Matty Mitchell just pick up a 6-4, keeps him in touch. 119, he's down to Clive Adams. 111, Matty Mitchell. There's eight shots in it. Conditions are so difficult here for the bowlers. You can hear the wind absolutely howling. They've got to get through this before the rain comes, because it is coming. But at this point in time, they're holding on, and we see a fairly short jack thrown, and there's some conjecture on whether the jack's long enough or not. They're having a measure. 21 metres is the minimum length that you can play here in Western Australia in these events. I would gather to say that's probably pretty close to 21 metres. The rink itself is 34 metres from ditch to ditch. I'd say he's probably in, just. And let's see, the umpire has made a decision, and it is in. Yes, I thought he'd just win the measure there, Matty Mitchell. So he's gone for a very short length. This would be the shortest length they've played so far in the game, Terry.
Yes, well, this is a good tactic. Try something different, do something different. And there's only 8 shots between them, 119 to 111. 31 shots does Clive Adams need.
Yeah, pretty good opening bowl there by Mitchell. I'd say he'd be pretty happy with that. Now Adams on the backhand, he's gone too skinny. I think he's going to go under the head with this one, and I think he's short.
That stayed straight for a while there.
It did, and it's fallen out. So Mitchell has got to keep it tight going down with the breeze. He can't afford to take too much grass. Pretty good weighted bowl here. Look at the wind pull it against the bias, will you? And fell against the bias too. Unbelievable. He's standing there, he can't believe what he's seeing. Well, that's what happens when the wind blows, boys. That's exactly what happens. It's not an easy game. Oh, Adams, he's trying to play the wind here. He's thrown this one very, very skinny, and the wind's blowing it the other way. It's going against the bias also. And he hasn't reached, it's not shot. Now, there's only one shot here that the young fella can play, Matty Mitchell. He's got to play tight under the bowl of Adams, onto his own bowl. He can't afford to be wide. He doesn't want to push that one in. He's holding shot. An opportunity here to pick up another. Oh, he's going out onto the wide hand. He's picked a very difficult shot. He's not there. Oh, look at this. Look at the wind take that bowl completely across the head. Once it got on the turn, he's a long way short.
Yes, indeed.
But unfortunately they were together, and the way Clive's been driving, it was just a bread and butter shot for him.
Absolutely. And how frustrated would you be being Matt Mitchell, busting your boiler out, getting as close as he got to the jack in these horrendously windy conditions, and Clive just goes down and says, I don't like the look of that head, and goes bang.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
And then you've got nothing.
I'm surprised Matty Mitchell didn't come back again and play the end from here, because it's a lot more difficult playing from this end than it is from the other end. And he was able to get some pretty good bowls in there, but he's elected to play from the end coming back to the clubhouse. But he hasn't played a bad start at bowl, I can tell you. If he's here, he's pretty good. He's left it 4 feet, 5 feet short, metre, just 3/4 of a metre. Now, Adams.
Adams is coming in here nicely now. But look, strangely, Michael, the players seem to have lost their way coming down here on the forehand, don't they? They seem to have lost their way, that they've both been wide,
playing the backhand. They've been playing the
and
their
normally
backhands. They've been playing the forehand better, haven't they?
Yeah, and normally they've had good weight when they've been wide or narrow.
Yes.
But they haven't got the same control as what they've had coming down this way as they've had earlier in the game.
Now Adams doesn't want to timber onto the bowl.
But this is, well, he'd be a little bit happier with that, that's for sure, considering that how difficult it is to be bowling here today.
Now Mitchell again with a good opportunity to pick up some numbers here. He's played his forward. He's played this well. He's got a good bowl here.
Oh,
gee, the wind! Look at the wind get hold of that. You know, the weight was probably good because when the bowl turns, it starts to take a little bit of weight off it when it turns, and the bowl's not turning. So therefore, it's the weight that he thinks he's got the right weight is holding the line. It's holding a straight line. Now, what's Adams done here? He's dropped this one short.
Look,
they're playing unders and overs at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, look, this is anyone's game because I did make a comment that luck is going to play a big part in this game. Made that comment earlier, and I think that there's no doubt that whoever gets the right bowls and when the wind's blowing is the one that's going to win this game.
Now, Mitchell again on the forehand. He's played this a lot tighter. He's played it a lot tighter, but he could get a bit of help off his own bowl. He's pushed it in. He's pushed it in for another counter. He's pushed that in for another counter. He's holding at least two.
Well, Clive's certainly under the pump here. He's narrow as well, but
I think he's all right. I think he's
going to go through the holes.
Gets the jack, he makes two shots.
Through the holes.
He's gone through the hole.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to tighten the game up again. Let's have a look. See two shots there to Mitchell. They're having a measure for the second, probably. He's just waiting for Clive Adams to come down. They're taking the measure. Mate, this is anyone's game now.
Well, yeah. Well, it's been anyone's game for quite a long period of time, Mike. They seem to have woken up going downwind in such extremely difficult conditions, and they seem to be. The problem seems to have reversed itself coming into the wind now, hasn't it?
It has, yes.
Yeah, it's just reversed itself because these boys bowled beautifully this morning, and looking at those heads, not a true reflection on just how well they bowled earlier this morning.
I think it's a 10 result. He got a 10 result.
My word.
So that's now 119 to 121 in favour of Mitchell. So Mitchell's hit the front. So it was a good result not to come back and play it from this end, wasn't it, Terry, in hindsight? So well done, Thomas Mitchell. He's changed the length. He's gone short, and it's been to his advantage.
Yes, absolutely, Michael. Well, anyway, this is what we like to see.
A seesawing event.
Something nice and close. Something nice and close, and that's exactly what we're getting right now. And now, if the wind would ease up, we would see the bowlers get nice and close as well.
It's got a good starter. It's going to hold out. It'll go through a little bit, but it's not bad. It's not bad under the conditions. It's a pretty good bowl. It's going to be plenty outside of that one. Adams is out wide too. Will his bowl turn? They don't turn there. This is the thing. They hold the line. They hold the line. No, he just finished outside the line again. Good try, but now we'll see the steely resolve of Clive Adams come to the fore, whether he can fight back as he has done in this game when he's been headed. He's only been headed twice in this game. He was headed at a few ends ago. He was headed at 92 to 88. He was 4 shots behind. He then picked up shots to tie the game, then get himself in front and then go away 10 shots, 115, 105. But it's the last couple of ends have been all Thomas Mitchell and Matty Mitchell. And Matty Mitchell is holding shot. And again, Clive drops short with his second and wide. Mitchell's on a very good line again. This is a good bowl going in. This is going to be close if it'll let go. Not quite there. Not quite there. Adams needs to get out on the other side now. Out onto the forehand, which he's doing.
Yes, he's still taking a mountain of grass out there.
This is a good bowl.
Oh, yes, it's not too bad under the conditions.
But it's gone through probably half a metre, so it's not shot. I still feel as if Mitchell's holding shot. I don't know whether he's got second shot. I don't think so, but he's certainly holding one. Another one in there would be very, very handy. He needs to play under his own bowl. That's what he needs to do. Doesn't want to take too much grass out there.
Yes, Matt Mitchell is back in the state squad this year.
He's played a good bowl here. This is a cracker. Under those conditions, that is a good bowl, but I can tell you now, there's no doubt about what's going to happen here. Adams is going to drive. He's going to go the jack, mate. The jack in the ditch is worth 2 shots to him. Here he goes. Bang. He didn't get it out quite as good.
But he's
missed it. He just wobbled it a fraction out of his hand and he's missed. And it's the first time in many ends that he has missed this shot.
Well, actually, he did have that earlier run.
It looks to me as if it's an 8-2 result to Mitchell, and that would be, at this point in time of the game, that would give him a very handy lead. A very handy lead. They're just sizing it up. Here we go. It's a 9-1. It's a 9-1. So that now gives him a lead of 10 shots.
Yes. 120 to 130.
So he only needs 20. He needs 2 good ends, or 3 good ends to finish the game off. So Matty Mitchell now with a 10-shot lead. He's come from the clouds.
And the rain, look at the rain. The rain looks like over there, Michael. It's definitely raining over the far side of us.
It's not far away now. I'd say that rain is only some 15, 20 minutes away maximum.
Yes. It's
and I know the poor people here from... that have set all this, all the cameras up, and from Central TAFE, they will be hoping that the rain can hold out just a little bit longer, as we see Matty Mitchell.
Good start by Matty Mitchell.
Half a metre behind the head. They'd like this game to finish quickly now, I think. Clive Adams a little bit skinny coming down, but good weight again. He's got jack high. That is the shot. That'll be shot. Thomas Mitchell now, he'd be full of running now. If he was a horse, wouldn't he? He'd be absolutely champing at the bit to get another one in there to try and finish this game off quickly. He's got a good bowl. Again.
Michael, do you think that the fact that they've got the jack right up now just off the ditch, that's playing a little bit of a part where the bowl's coming in nicely for the for Matty Mitchell?
Yeah, a little bit of protection from the bank.
Yes, yeah, I think
slight protection from the bank. The only danger here is if Matty Mitchell gets one pretty close, it's very close to the ditch and it won't kill if Adams drives. Chances are he'd get it in. So he's got to be a little bit careful. I think he really doesn't want one jack high just sitting next to the jack. He either needs one, probably a foot or 2 behind the jack. Would be a better bowl than one right on it right at this point in time. As he comes in with another one, and that will hold out. Didn't count.
Well, Clive Adams would like to provide an answer to Matt Mitchell's bowls on this next bowl coming down.
He's tight, he's under, he's well under. Good weight.
Oh yes, that's pretty close to
that shot. That is definitely the shot. Now Mitchell, is Mitchell game enough to look a little bit for the jack to trail it back for the 3 shots? Is that the shot he should play, Shiro, or should he just try and draw it cold?
Oh, I think just draw the shot, mate. I mean, if he overplays it or he overcooks it and makes a blue, he could push one of his own bowls out.
He's going forehand. He's going to try and come underneath. He's working off Clive Adams' bowl. How's his weight?
Well, he's going to be here.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm not.
Well, it's just a little bit difficult because sometimes that wind does blow and gives you a false impression as to the speed of the bowl coming down. Clive's changed his hand as well.
And I don't think he's going to reach either. Or is he?
Oh, yes, he's going to be right on it.
Oh, look at this turning.
No, he's not.
No,
did you see that bowl duck back so quickly?
Yeah, it certainly did.
Yes, it just ducked back so quickly, which gave us, which I thought that was going to land on the jack, but...
could be a 7-3 here.
Not so.
Could be a 7-3. Could be 2 shots to Adams, or it'll be a 5-all. It's either 7-3 or 5-all. Let's have a look.
Well, if he can just keep scoring 5 and end, that'll be good for Matt Mitchell. That'll guarantee him a win.
Yeah, definitely.
So what have they done? Clive not happy. Clive wants to have a look.
Whatever they do, they need to do it quickly because the rain that is coming. It's getting dark out here. Let's have a look. What have they decided on? Five all. The marker is telling us it is 7. 7 to Adams. He got first and second shot. 7-3. So it's 127 to Adams, 133 to Mitchell, and the game is on. 6 shots the difference. It's anybody's game. Again. And they're going the hard way. They're going with the breeze, where they're all having a little bit of difficulty in getting them close. Adams decided again to change his hand and go forehand, get out on the white hand. And he's been playing it pretty well when he's been playing it. And he's played this one really well. He's right on the button. That is a very, very good opening bowl. That's a cracker.
Young Matt Mitchell, of course, is playing extremely narrow, and that's going to pay dividends, is it? Oh, look at that, Michael. He would have gone close to landing on the jack with that bowl had he not crashed into Clive Adams's bowl.
Still, it's a good second. It's a good close bowl, and that's what he's got to do. I'm glad to see he didn't change his hand and try and get out onto something that he hasn't been playing. He was quite prepared to stick to what he knew, which is good.
Yes, I just think it's important that if he can just hold his nerve. Oh, look at this brilliant bowl by Clive Adams. Now, this is what a great bowl. And how many times would they have through the game wished that they could have got those sort of bowls going down that end?
It's not going to turn. It will not turn with any weight whatsoever. It will not turn on the narrow hand with any weight. This is where you'd be at an advantage, Terry, if you were playing with an older bowl that draws a little bit more. They're playing with very tight bowls. So he's playing with a very tight bowl, and it's not to his advantage on this pace green.
Well, look at this bowling from Clive Adams. Good heavens above. That's absolutely outstanding bowling, Michael.
Yeah, I think Mitchell's going to have a little go at this now with a little bit of weight. Could be 3 down. He's asking the question of the marker.
I think in this position...
2 down, he says. He's only 2 down, so I think he needs to get another... he's going to have a go.
Yeah, there's no room for him to get the shot. This is a smart shot, Michael.
Great shot.
That's a smart shot.
What a great shot.
Yes, indeed. Yes, you don't muck around, not with the wind, the way it's swirling around.
Has anyone told him that the rain's coming? We need to get this game over with.
I think we'll make it because that cloud went over there. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great shot played by Matty Mitchell to kill the end and keep him in this game. That was a very, very good shot. He needed that. Adams was holding 7. He can't let him get away from him. He has got a good drive on him, and I think he chose the right shot. So we're going to replay this end, but we're coming back this way now, where the boys have been getting pretty close the last couple of ends, and Adams is on the back end coming back down. He looks pretty close here, Terry. I reckon he's played a whopper of a bowl. This is going to be right on it.
Tell you what, Clive's really lifted, hasn't he? I mean, his last 3 bowls, the furthest one away has been 15 inches.
Very, very good bowl. Now the pressure goes back onto Matty Mitchell. He's not going to be overawed. I've said all along he's got the right temperament to play big bowls. He's looking all right too. He's not far away with his first. This is a good shot, Terry. Oh, this is a cracker of a bowl.
Oh, brilliant bowling.
You can't do any better than that. He's drawn shot. That is the shot.
He's hanging in there for dear life, Michael, trying to withstand this latest challenge by Clive Adams.
This isn't up and it's tight. It's a little bit on the tight side.
Oh, look at the weight.
Yeah, he is here, but he's tight.
Beautiful wasted weight there.
Yeah. If Mitchell could get another one in here and force Adams to drive, it wouldn't be to Adams' advantage to be a little bit wide, because he'd only take his own bowl out. Now this is another good bowl if he gets past the head, which he has. He's got a good bowl. That's in a good position. If he gets one too close and Adams decides to drive, Adams is gone again. He's played, that's 2 shockers coming down here. He's gone skinny both times.
Yes, a surprise really from Clive, because
Now's a big opportunity here, isn't it? It's a big opportunity for Mitchell to get one in there to put him away, but he's gone skinny too and dropped it short. What a that's no good. Bad bowl. Is the pressure getting to them?
well, you would think so, but they both got a beautiful bowl each, sitting almost on the jack, and you can forget about the rest of them.
Well, Clive's regrouped. He's got a good bowl coming in here. He could well push the shot bowl out.
Oh, what a good bowl by Clive. He's knocked his own bowl in for shot.
I think second shot, but you could be right, could be
Yes,
shot.
no,
Could well be shot.
Definitely shot.
Yeah, could well be shot.
So Matty Mitchell only has to arrive into here, and he's
Short.
not going to.
Oh, that's a bad head for him. He hasn't got...
That might be a 6-4 for Adams.
Could be worse.
Could be worse, you think?
Yeah. Well, he's got 3 at least. Mitchell's got 3. He's got second shot.
Yeah.
Would have a 3.
Yeah.
You could be right. Could be a 6-4.
Yeah, I think.
I'm not sure about those very short ones. I think the next shot would be Clive Adams behind the head.
Fair enough. Well, we're going to find out shortly. Young Matty Mitchell, you wouldn't think he'd know that it was a cold, wet, windy day coming along, would you?
Yeah, that one's in easily.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be a 7. 7-3, 6-4. 6-4 it's going to be. 6-4. 6-4. 6-4 it is to Adams. So that'll take the score on to 133 to 137, I think. So he needs 13 shots. One needs 17, one needs 13. So the good thing about it is, Terry, it's been a terrific close game. No one's really, apart from the time that Adams got about 18 or 19 in front, it's been a pretty tight game.
Yes, it has, and that's been one of the good areas of this game. And when you consider that the boys have had an extremely hard encounter with the other element, the wind, it's been an exceptionally good game on that basis. There's nothing better than a nice close game, Michael. And so here we are back here again, and what do we see? We see Matty Mitchell. Matty Mitchell has tried to bowl deliberately skinny, you would say, and he's gone, oh gosh, he's gone through at least 7 or 8 feet, I would say, from here. Clive Adams' first bowl is one that he wishes he could have again, I would think. And he's taken plenty of grass this time. He's been bowling particularly well on this end going down, and particularly on this hand, but he's gone through as well. He's lost touch at the moment with the form that he'd shown on the previous end going downwind. Now Matty Mitchell has got probably the best bowl on the green at the moment, has he? No, he hasn't. He's fallen well short. So it's almost like the Jack's got measles at the moment. No one wants to get near it. And we can't see on the monitor there, we can see that Clive Adams has made a vast improvement, has he? No, he hasn't, but it's still
2 shots to Adams.
Not a bad bowl, yeah, not a bad bowl. Matty Mitchell getting himself up to the head this time, but he's going to spin out of the head and away. So is this having another effect on them, Michael?
Seems to be. That could be the shot, that last bowl. That, to be honest with you, I think that is the shot.
Is it?
Jack high. Adams playing his last bowl now. And if he gets to the head, he's shot. It's not quite there. I feel that is the shot. Okay, we've got one more bowl to be played by Matty Mitchell. Unfortunately, due to the weather, we're going to have to terminate this telecast, unfortunately, because it is very, very dangerous for our cameramen. We'll just see what happens here with Mitchell. He's playing played his last bowl. He's taken a fair bit of grass. We'll just get a score. I don't think he's going to arrive, or is he? No, not quite. But I feel that he's got at least 2 of the 3 shots. Let's have a quick look and see what the final result is here. Just need to have a look. Terry, who's got shot there?
Well, I favour Matty Mitchell, the blue bowl, the light blue bowl.
Yeah, I think he's got shot too, but let's have a quick measure and see if he's got one. He may have third shot as well, so it could be a 5-all or a 6-4 to Mitchell. Unfortunately, the rain is coming. It's coming quickly. It's dangerous here for our technicians and our cameramen, and we're going to have to terminate. We'll just wait and get a final score here. And we're about to find it. It's a 5-all result. So with that, we get the score will be 142 to 138. Mitchell needing 8, and Clive Adams needing 12. Unfortunately, we're going to have to terminate the great game, but we will certainly give you a result when the game finishes. Well, we certainly witnessed a remarkable finish to what was a remarkable game. When the scores were tied on 150 all, it went to an extra end, and Clive Adams, in the end, came out the winner with a fantastic couple of bowls that he played on the last end. Shero, we have witnessed a great game.
Indeed we have, Michael. I think it was one of the best games you would ever experience, considering the conditions that we played in this afternoon. And the good part about it was that the bowlers adjusted to the conditions the best way they possibly could, and some of the most remarkable bowls you would ever see in such windy conditions. And to think that they were able to go neck and neck all the way through that game, it's a credit to both the players.
Yeah, you got a feel for Matty Mitchell. He played a fantastic bowl on the end to tie the score at 150 all. It was a magnificent draw shot. And to go down on an extra end, you've got to feel very, very sorry for the young man.
Well, that's the nature of the game, unfortunately. There's always a winner and there's always a loser. But let's give credit to Clive Adams, who just simply played the better bowls, and he was so extremely close to the jack at such a critical time to win that game, and that just goes further to show what a great player Clive Adams is.
Yeah, the last end, on the extra end, he put 2 remarkably close bowls in early, put the pressure on. Matty Mitchell came down and sat his bowl through to get shot. Clive came back with an equally as good bowl to trail the jack for 2, and he won the game. And it just shows that Clive now has become a very mature player. His experience that he's had with the Australian squad came to the fore when it was needed, but you certainly can't take anything away from Matty Mitchell or both players. The conditions were horrific, and they really showed that they can play under all conditions.
Yes, indeed. Well, this weekend will be remembered for many years to come as the roughest, toughest weekend that the Mount Lawley Consistency Singles has ever been held, Michael. A credit to the organisers, a credit to the players, and just makes me know why I love this game so much.
Thanks for your help this afternoon, Shero. It's been very much appreciated, and I'm really looking forward to interviewing the players to find out how they found it out there this afternoon. Well, I have with me the winner of the Mount Lawley 2013 Consistency Singles in Clive Adams. What a remarkable game under very, very difficult conditions.
Yes, I think relief is the word that springs to mind, Mike. A really fantastic game in awful conditions. You know, the wind just made it very, very hard, and you just had to accept that you were going to lose the odd bowl and get on with the next one and try and do your best.
It was a bit of a seesawing affair. You got away to a good start. You got probably 15, 16 shots in front. Matty certainly fought back hard. He hit the front when it got to around about just over the 100 mark, and you're playing 150 up. Did you start to get a bit tense at that stage?
Yeah, I think he got to 130, 120 with a nice 9-1. So, yeah. Having said that, you know, if you can get a 7-3 or an 8-2, you're back in the game. So it was just a matter of just trying to get close, and you know that in those conditions you could get an opportunity because if you happen to play a couple of good ones, it's hard to beat them. You know.
Conditions were very tricky. I noticed on the narrow hand going away from the clubhouse, everyone seemed to struggle a little bit. The bowls were wanting to do what they wanted to do rather than what you wanted them to do, and you then changed to the wide hand. I think that's probably where you won the game.
Yeah, well, I started on the wide hand, then Matty was going pretty well on the narrow hand, so I switched to it. But just felt that we were losing a few too many bowls, especially going away where you're playing right out into those open conditions. So figure on the wide hand, at least you know that it's coming back and you're a chance. Again, it was still, if you got out there, the wind was swirling a bit and you didn't necessarily bend, but it was more, a bit truer out there, we thought. So.
Also, a couple of upshots that you played and a few drives went your way. You hit well.
Certainly, a couple going away from the way away towards the road there. A couple of trail jacks that were crucial, really, because you play a sort of a rough end and you still get away with a score. So we actually just talked about those after the game, and they were crucial to the end result.
Did you think Matty was going to have a drive at that head on the extra end to take your bowl out and possibly pick up the win, or did you feel that he was going to try and draw a shot to level the score?
Given the fact that I had first and second and still a good third there as well, probably fourth shot, I thought he probably would play weight, and he'd been hitting fairly well too. So he hit a cracker up the other end when I played a couple of real rippers. So I did think he would play weight, and I was just relieved when he was a little bit wide.
Yeah, it was a great game, Clive, and congratulations once again. 2013 winner, your second win in this event, and you've certainly, over the last 3 or 4 years, your name, as far as Australian bowls is concerned, has come to the fore. You must be very, very pleased with your performances, and especially here at Mount Lawley. You must love playing here.
I do love the club. It's a second home. Obviously, Wanneroo's the home, but it's a second home, and to kick off the season, obviously with a good win against some quality opposition. Very, very pleased. Yeah.
Well done once again, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, I have with me the gallant runner-up of the Mount Lawley singles in Matty Mitchell. Congratulations, Matty, on a terrific game. It came down to an extra end, and unfortunately, Clive managed to get a couple in there and just knock you over.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate. I thought I actually had him on the second last end, and proven wrong when I went over the other side of the head, and yeah.
It was a very difficult, the conditions today with the wind, and you played the narrow hand, I noticed, going away from the club, and the bowls wanted to do what they wanted to do rather than what you wanted them to do. Did you have any thoughts at any time of switching to the wider side?
Not really. I thought I'd found the weight pretty well on that hand. I thought if I could scratch around trying to get them as close as I can on that hand, and it was really hard for him to nail them on the other hand as well. So I thought, if he stuffs up and I can get as far as close as I can on that hand, I'll pick up something. So nah, not really.
I was very impressed with your comeback in the game. Clive got away a little bit early in the game. He got some 15, 16 shots up on you, and you fought your way back. Hit the front, I think it was around about 88 to 92 at one stage in your favour. Then it was 95 all, and then Clive got 10 in front of you, but you fought your way back to 130, 120. Did you think at that stage maybe you had him?
No, never. Not playing Clive. He's Mr. Consistent, isn't he? He's awesome. I thought, if I could. Normally when you're playing this, if you can get it sort of like 20 sort of lead, you sort of just trying 5-5s and you can sort of just get the game going, and in these sort of conditions you can always drop numbers, and that's probably what happened in the end. So yeah.
A couple of his upshots and drives must have upset you a bit when he took the jack back to pick up numbers.
Yeah, but they're good shots, aren't they? You've got to be brave. I had a couple of my own too. That jack I killed up there from coming off the front. So yeah, it happens, doesn't it? So.
Yeah, it was a great final, and congratulations to you on being runner-up. I'm sure you're very young. You're only, 23 years of age?
Yeah.
Plenty of bowls in front of you. You've been playing since you were 10?
Yeah, sort of. I only had a couple of rolls up when I was 10, and then when I moved into Albany, I played a couple of years down there, and then came up with Doubleview after I won the Rosenthal Juniors.
I'm sure there's plenty of wins in front of you, and once again, congratulations on a tremendous performance under very difficult conditions.
Thanks, mate.